and I'll ask you permission. But and then in terms of the
have any problem with them recording
it? In terms of the muting, we're going to ask that everybody mute themselves, or we'll take care of muting you. And we ask that you save all of your questions to the end. Andrea will be asking questions at the end. If you're worried about forgetting your question, you can just type in the chat and I'll keep track of it all and I'll ask all the questions at the end. So the thing I forgot to do is introduce myself. My name is Jenny Schwartz and I'm the Director of Helping at Jewish for Good. I'm joined here with my colleagues Stacy Abramowitz, Shoshana Funk, and Jordana Brown, so they can all wave. We're a mighty team of four. But I'm the Director of Helping at Jewish for Good. And again, thank you for joining us for this special program made accessible and possible to us all today by Jewish for Good, the Leon Levine Foundation, and the Carolina Foundation for Jewish Seniors. Jewish for Good's Helping Department offers a comprehensive range of services that help people meet life's challenges. We deliver high quality professional social services for adults and their families through all stages of life. This includes counseling, case management, financial assistance, food pantry, and programs like this. Much of what we offer is free and all of it is open to everybody, Jewish or not. For more information, I invite you to visit our website, jewishforgood.org. And if anyone has any questions, let me know. But without further ado, I get to introduce our first speaker for our series today. Andrea Didisheim is an integrative health and wellness coach certified through Duke Integrative Medicine. After many years of being a physical therapist, she began teaching yoga, meditation, and Pilates. Andrea received her BA and MFA in dance performance and choreography and continues to dance. Currently, she's a member of Big Red Dance Group in Durham, North Carolina. Andrea brings her extensive practice of mindfulness and body awareness to all of her work. As a health and wellness coach, Andrea partners with her clients to identify their vision of optimal health. Using a client-centered approach, a plan is made with action steps for small behavioral changes through increased awareness, guidance, and accountability. By empowering clients, small successes over time lead to behavioral changes and big benefits towards overall health and wellness. Andrea offers private and small group health coaching and will be starting a new group on May 11th. You can sign up for private or group coaching on Jewish for Good's website or reach out to learn more about health coaching by emailing her at adidisheim@jewishforgood.org, and I'll put that email address into the chat. So welcome, Andrea. We're glad to have you here today and we look forward to your presentation.
Thank you so much, Jenny, and thank you all for joining me today. Good morning on this beautiful sunny day. I'm really happy to be with you here today. Again, my name is Andrea Didisheim, and I am an integrative health coach, and I also teach mindful movement and meditation at the J. And I'm so happy to be with you here today to talk about mindfulness as a way to bring more ease and calm into your life during challenging times and also during easier times in your life. So we'll start today with a short breathing exercise, and then I'll talk a little bit about how mindfulness became a big part of my own life and what it has meant to me. And I'll explain what mindfulness means, and then I'll guide you through a short mindfulness meditation practice. And there'll be time at the end, as Jenny said, for any questions that you may have. So let's begin by just making yourself comfortable. Wherever you are in your space, just taking a moment to settle into your chair. Maybe taking off your glasses, if that makes you more comfortable, uncrossing your legs and placing your feet flat on the floor. Either gently closing your eyes or softly gaze downward. And begin by tuning into your breath. Watching its natural rhythm. And noticing how your body responds to each inhalation and each exhalation. Now we'll lengthen our exhalations by pursing your lips and imagining that you're slowly blowing through a straw. So inhale through your nose like you're smelling flowers, and exhale slowly through a straw. Inhale, smelling flowers, and exhale through a straw. Repeating the cycle a few more times on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling your body and your mind relax and calm with each breath. Inhale and exhale. And now gently bring your awareness back into your room and softly open your eyes. So that breathing exercise is a very easy way to find calm at any time. It was just a few minutes of focusing on our breath and lengthening the exhalation, which calms the nervous system by lengthening your exhale. It's a simple yet powerful exercise that you can use anytime you feel stress. You don't need to be sitting or have your eyes closed. You can use this little tool anytime. It's just an exercise to slow down your mind and come back to your body into the present moment. So I was first introduced to mindfulness meditation when I started practicing yoga in college. And it was something that I did on and off for periods of time during the next few decades of my life. But it really became a big part of my life a few years ago when I became very ill with a staph infection in my leg that became septic. And I was in the hospital for a few weeks, and I had 2 surgeries on my knee and my foot. And I needed about 6 months of physical therapy to be able to regain my strength. So this illness really came on very suddenly and completely out of the blue for me. It really stopped me in my tracks and forced me to hit a big pause button in my life. It didn't help me to resist what was happening. So I just surrendered and found a way to let go of any resistance. I needed to find a way to accept the chaos that was happening inside my body and trust that my body would heal. So this was a time for me to look inward and find a way to be okay with what was happening in my body. So during this time, I did a deep dive into meditation. It helped me to accept what was happening in my life, to figure out what mattered most to me, and to make choices that helped me focus on what I wanted my future to look like, one step at a time. It was a time for me to reevaluate. And going through this serious illness really became a turning point in my life. Meditation and mindfulness helped me enormously during that period of my life, and I've continued to practice since then. Because mindfulness meditation became such a helpful support for me in my own life, I knew that I wanted to find a way to share this and offer it to others. So I went through meditation teacher training and then started leading guided meditation practice. And mindfulness has really helped me in every area of my life. And I'm so grateful to be here today to have the opportunity to share it with you and with other people in my classes that I teach regularly at the J. So how can mindfulness bring calm to our lives? These past few years of the pandemic and now having the unspeakable horror of the war in Ukraine has been incredibly difficult. Finding healthy ways to cope through all of this has not been easy. Feelings of anxiety, stress, and worry that we have in our minds transfer down and stay in our bodies. And this affects our overall health. And this can show up as tension, chronic pain, and illness. So mindfulness practice is a tool that we can offer to refocus our attention and come back to seeing what is right in front of us, to be more present in the moment and remind us of what really matters most in our lives. Mindfulness can also help you not be pulled around by emotions, and it allows more balanced responses to what is happening around us and inside of us. Mindfulness allows you to be more present and have a deeper understanding of yourself, and also deeper connections with people in your lives. By pausing and intentionally observing and noticing what is happening within us and around us, we're better able to find a calmer inner presence. Practicing mindfulness is a helpful coping strategy for when things are difficult in our lives, but also for daily smaller challenges. Practicing mindfulness when life isn't as challenging, by doing that, you will have the practice to lean on as a tool in your toolbox of coping mechanisms for when things are more difficult. So the term mindfulness or mindful awareness, those terms are kind of interchangeable, means intentionally paying attention to what is going on around you and inside of you at the same time in a non-judgmental way. So pausing and really noticing, whether that is when you're taking a walk or doing the dishes, if you're in a conversation, or if you're going through a really challenging situation. Allowing all of your feelings, the easier ones and the more challenging ones, to be just as they are, without any judgment or resistance. Through mindfulness, it's easier to see that our lives have both highs and lows. We all go through periods of ease and of difficulty. And mindfulness allows us to see the bigger picture more clearly, to have the long view so that we can gain greater perspective. And by seeing the big picture of our lives, it's easier to understand that everything in life is impermanent. Everything rises, lingers, and passes over time. The struggles that we face and the wondrous moments as well. And this may seem obvious, but by really understanding this, we can get through difficulties with a bit more ease, knowing that they will pass. And we're also able to find deeper gratitude for all of our blessings, knowing that nothing lasts forever. So with this in mind, we can bring ourselves into the present moments of our life and more easily accept our struggles and also cherish all that we have. We spend much of our days not really present to what is right in front of us. Busyness is valued in our culture. And so our focus is often on doing rather than being. We spend a lot of time lost in thought and being on autopilot, not witnessing what is happening in the present moment. Our thoughts often swing like a pendulum from thinking about the past to thinking about the future. So we're often missing what is right in front of us. Thoughts and feelings that are associated with the past include guilt and regret and shame, should have, could have, would have, those kind of thoughts. And thoughts and feelings that we have about the future often include worry, stress, anxiety, planning for things that may or may not happen. So swinging back and forth between thinking about the past and the future makes us less able to be in the present moments of our life and to be really available for ourselves and others in our lives. Mindfulness allows us to pause and truly see what's happening in front of us in each moment. To pause and realize what really matters most in our lives. We can't control many things in our lives, but we can control how we respond to any given situation. Mindfulness allows the space for us to make clear, calm, steady, wise, and compassionate choices so that we can feel more balanced in our responses to what is happening in our lives and be able to come back to the present moment when we get lost in our thoughts. So what is mindfulness meditation? Mindfulness meditation means taking an amount of time to sit quietly, to bring your awareness to the sensations in your body, bring awareness to your breath, to notice when your thoughts pull your attention in different directions, to pause, and then to refocus on your breath. Using that, your breath, as an anchor to bring your thoughts back down into your body. In that moment, the act of noticing when your thoughts drift and then coming back to focusing on your breath, that is the skill that is developed. Our minds are built to wander and to think. It's impossible to turn your mind off. Our minds are always thinking. The practice is not to have your mind never wander. The practice is noticing when your mind wanders and then bringing it back with a kind attention. Like training a puppy on a leash. It might be a short leash or a long retractable leash on a spool, or maybe your puppy's able to be off leash. With practice, your mind will wander less often, and you will notice when it wanders sooner. The practice of coming back to focusing on your breath when you're distracted is an exercise. Just like doing a bicep curl, the more you do it, the stronger you become at it. So now you may ask, why is mindfulness meditation important and what's the value of meditation? So by practicing this skill of noticing when your thoughts drift and coming back to your breath, you can apply that in your life. Noticing when you're caught up in emotions, thoughts, or stories in your mind, and then coming back to your breath and seeing what is happening inside you and around you. Noticing when you're distracted by thoughts and then coming back to the present moment. This skill gives you the ability to pause and make a decision of how to respond with kindness and compassion to any given situation. So the purpose of mindfulness meditation is to become more mindful throughout all parts of our life, so that we are awake and aware and present and open-hearted in everything that we do, so that we're decreasing our time being on autopilot and unaware, Of course, we can't be in a constant state of mindfulness, but with practice, it becomes more and more of our regular state of being. Becoming more mindful is working on your wellness from the inside out. Nothing on the outside will ground you, but bringing your awareness inside to find your own quiet center is grounding. Your focused attention on your breath when you feel pulled in different directions is the anchor that brings you back into that still place. And with mindfulness, you can be more at home with yourself, anytime, anywhere, in any situation. So the benefits of mindfulness affect every area of our lives. I'm going to read a list of scientifically proven benefits of mindfulness and meditation. It reduces stress, anxiety, and depression, lowers blood pressure, strengthens your immune system, improves memory, focus, and attention, reduces chronic pain, improves sleep, helps you develop better coping abilities, improves relationships, improves eating habits and nutrition, increases confidence, increases creativity, resilience, optimism, gratitude, and overall quality of life. So it's like a magic pill without any negative side effects at all. So now I'd like to share with you a little about a leader in the mindfulness community named Jon Kabat-Zinn. He was a pioneer in applying the Buddhist concept of mindfulness to Western medicine and secular society. He's a molecular biologist and author, and is the founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction, which uses mindfulness as a regular practice to help people with stress reduction, chronic pain, and illness by using what he terms moment-to-moment awareness. The practice uses 9 attitudes of mindfulness that are a series of interconnected qualities that are used as a way to facilitate mindfulness without trying to force a certain feeling. The 9 attitudes can be cultivated both in everyday life and in formal mindfulness meditation practice. So as I explain the 9 attitudes of mindfulness, perhaps you'll consider which of these come naturally to you and which might be more challenging in your daily life. So the first is non-judgment, which means the attitude of cultivating the ability to understand things around us without automatically assigning them labels of good or bad, so that we can experience them as they truly are. The second is patience, the attitude of understanding that things happen in their own time, including our own experiences. Patience with oneself is an act of acceptance and wisdom. Number 3, beginner's mind, the attitude of intentionally seeing things around you as if for the first time, by shedding our expectations and preconceptions and welcoming the possibility of a new moment, one that has never been seen before. Number 4, trust. The attitude of trusting that the body will support its own life, that the breath will support itself, that the organs will continue to function, and that the mind and heart can heal and support themselves. Number 5, non-striving. The attitude of not seeking anything in particular in the practice of mindful awareness. There's no special state of relaxation, well-being, or anything to achieve or fix in your mindfulness practice. Number 6, acceptance. The attitude of actively recognizing that things are the way they are, even if they aren't the way we want them to be. Number 7, letting go. The attitude that is the opposite of clinging or grasping. Letting go means accepting that things that are pleasant will end, in a manner of letting go and letting things be as they are. Number 8, gratitude. The attitude of appreciating even the simplest things in the present moment, such as the basic automatic functioning of the body. Number 9, generosity. The attitude of giving oneself over to life and giving to other people what would make them happy for the sake of the joy that it brings them. So now I will guide you through a short meditation practice. So take a moment again now to find a comfortable posture. And gently close your eyes or have a soft gaze downward if you prefer. And notice the areas of contact of your body on your chair. Feeling the support of your furniture and the ground beneath you. Allow your attention to be alert and relaxed. Having a balanced effort of being fully engaged and yet calm. In your mind's eye, scan your body and notice any areas of tension. Allow your shoulders to melt downward. Make a little space between your teeth so that your jaw can relax. Soften the muscles in your face and your hands. Relax your chest and your belly. And see those areas that may be holding tension in your body. And on your exhalations, release and let go of any tension. Feel the muscles soften. And invite a sense of openness. Now notice any areas of ease and comfort in your body. And imagine those areas spreading throughout the rest of your body. Bring your attention now to your breathing. Observe your entire inhalation and your entire exhalation. Watching the full cycle of your breath in and out. Seeing your breath with a curious mind, not trying to change it in any way, just allowing its natural rhythm. Notice the quality of your breathing. Is it smooth or bumpy? Shallow or deep? Without any judgment, just observing the full inhalation, the pause at the top, the full exhalation, and the pause at the bottom. Notice where in your body you feel your breathing most predominantly. Maybe your nostrils, where the air enters and exits your body. Maybe your chest or belly rising and falling. Maybe your rib cage expanding and releasing. Or perhaps you sense your entire body expanding and relaxing with each breath cycle. Continue observing your breath on your own. When your mind wanders, notice with curiosity where it goes. Pause. Gently let the thought go like a passing cloud. And then simply come back to bringing your attention back to your breath. Using this focus on your breath like an anchor that can bring your attention back down into your body when your thoughts drift. We'll continue on our own for 4 minutes, focusing on your inhalations and exhalations. When your mind wanders, notice, pause, and simply return your attention to your breath, aiming for a clear, calm, and steady presence. I will mind the time for 4 minutes, and then I will gently guide you out of your meditation. Kindly begin. gently begin to bring your awareness back into your room. And softly blink open your eyes when you're ready. So, how do you do this on your own? Well, there are plenty of guided meditation apps or videos or content online that you can find, or you can just set a timer for yourself. Starting by finding a comfortable position where you won't fall asleep and you can remain awake and alert. And then begin by scanning your body and noticing any areas where you might be holding tension. Relaxing those areas with your exhalations. And then focusing on your breath. Watching the full inhalation and the full exhalation in your mind. And when your mind wanders to thoughts, pause, notice, and gently come back to your breath. So mindfulness can be a part of a meditation practice. And you can continue mindfulness throughout your day. By increasing mindfulness, you can bring a greater sense of calm to your life during times of difficulty and times of stress and times of calm. You can be more present for yourself and those around you. And it's a very powerful tool that really you can do quite quickly in a few moments. It can really add a lot of sense of calm and coming back to yourself. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time here with me today to learn about mindfulness and bringing more calm to your life. And I'm so grateful to have spent this time with you. Thank you to all of you, and thank you to Jenny for organizing and asking me to participate. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that anyone might have.
I didn't see any questions in the chat, so people can feel free to unmute themselves. Oh, Robbie, I see that you raised your hand.
Yeah, I did a raised hand. Yes, thank you very much. That was wonderful. And I feel so relaxed and almost asleep. But I have two questions for you. First, I think you mentioned the name of a book, author, and I was wondering if either you could put that in the chat or let us know what that was. And then secondly, in doing a meditation program, do you intentionally should someone intentionally do meditation a certain number of times a day or a particular time a day that's better than another time? I know it's probably different for everybody, but I thought I would ask.
Sure. Thank you for that question. So the first question was about Jon Kabat-Zinn. So I think I gave Jenny a link about Jon Kabat-Zinn, and that might be in the links that have been provided to you. But if not, his name is Jon Kabat with a K, Kabat hyphen Zinn, Zinn. So if you look that up, you'll find all kinds of things online about mindfulness practice. And your second question, you kind of answered it for yourself. It's really particular to each person. You know what's going to work for you. For some people, it's first thing in the morning. For some people, it's midday. Some people, end of the day. For me, I like it as a way to start my day. It sets the tone for the day, and it just kind of puts me in the right headspace. So that's my own personal practice. But I would find something that works for you without feeling any pressure to do a certain amount of time or a certain number of days a week. Find something that works and always start small. So even if the breathing exercise we did was maybe 2.5 minutes, and this meditation was 4 minutes. So even a few minutes can make a big difference. So that's what I would say. Sure. Thank you.
And Andrea, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you alluded to this, and I was going to bring this up at the end. On our website, we have resources that correlate to this talk specifically. So I'll put that link in the chat right now, and I think that there are resources to, or some links to Jon Kabat-Zinn in that. So I'll put that in the chat right now.
Great, thank you.
Harry, did you have a question? I see that you unmuted.
I'll ask a quick question. Are there any particular, and this could be part, Jenny, of what you've put into the chat in terms of resources, but are there any apps that you would suggest or recommend?
Sure, I mean, there are a lot out there, but ones that I like, there's one called Calm. There's another called 10% Happier. There's another one called Insight Timer. So those are some apps that I like. There's another one by Deepak Chopra that's just called Chopra. So I think out of those 4 that I mentioned, Insight Timer is the one that's free. So that's nice. The others have some kind of a monthly or annual fee, which might be $49 a year or something like that. I'm not sure how much they cost. So those are some that I like. And there's also one called Headspace that some people like. I'm not such a fan of that because I just don't like that man's accent for some reason. It doesn't strike me well. There are also a lot of meditations on Spotify. If you belong to Spotify for music, you can find meditations there as well.
Lois, I saw that you unmuted. Did you have a question?
I have a comment. I come from Massachusetts, and Jon Kabat-Zinn did a lot of research at UMass Memorial Medical School.
Mm-hmm.
When he first published his book, there was also available, it looked like a bookmark and had the 9 practices.
Yeah.
It was great because it was just a reminder for you. Do you know if it's still available? I mean, I had it for years, and I think when I moved, I just kind of deleted all this stuff that I didn't want. But do you think that is still available through him? Because it was, I think it was free at the time, but I'm not sure that's what's going to happen now. But it was just a great reminder on how to reduce your stress and give you some thoughtfulness.
Right. I haven't heard of that bookmark, but I love that idea, and I'm going to look it up because I'd like to get one for myself too. So I'm not sure about that, but I do know that if you go online and just type Jon Kabat-Zinn's 9 Attitudes of Mindfulness, you'll come up with a list that you could print out.
Okay.
But I love the bookmark idea. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
I'd like to thank you for quantifying the time you gave us to be still, because I actually did go to sleep. Seemed like the first time I had been quiet and still in a long time, and it was so great. And I said, my God, how long have I been asleep? But thank you. That was a great session. I've enjoyed
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
So that, I would say, that's telling you something. That's telling you that you're pretty tired.
That is, I think all of us caregivers would say we're pretty tired.
Oh, yeah. So self-care, this self-care is especially important for you.
Oh, I know, but it was so funny. I dropped my head and I said, "Oh gosh, I hope she didn't see my head."
It's amazing how
4
4 minutes you can just be out.
It was. So thanks for quantifying that.
Is this something you can just learn on your own?
Well, sure. I mean, there are plenty of resources, but like I said, you can't, if you want to just do it, try it yourself. You can set a timer for 5 minutes and find a comfortable, quiet space. I find that sitting is an easier way to stay awake. So sitting, in a comfortable chair with your feet flat, gently closing your eyes, bringing your awareness to your body first, letting go of tension, and then bringing your awareness to your breath. So first your body, then your breath, and then when thoughts pull you away, just come back to your breath.
Well, how does this work for pain management? Because I heard you mention about pain.
Right. So when we are going through something like pain or struggle in any area of our life, we can find more calm and come back down into our body, rather than we tend to get up in our heads with thoughts about the pain, and we're talking a lot about the pain or the struggle, and we're thinking about, we come up with a lot of stories. So by coming back down into our body, we can start to let go of some of those thoughts, which allows just a calmer way to respond to whatever we're going through.
Okay.
So that could be, in any situation.
Does that work for physical pain as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, it helped me a lot through my own physical pain. Mhm.
Andrea, sort of like to me, and I'll have to go back because when I was having my only child, it was back in 78. So Lamaze was just coming into practice. So this is sort of like that. We're focusing where Lamaze, you focus on some point around, but mindfulness to me is focusing on our breathing, which is very important to us because we should be mindful of breathing slowly, breathing deeply, because that is the staple. We have to have the oxygen to function.
Absolutely.
So I really like the idea.
Wonderful. You can really learn a lot by watching your breath. By focusing in on your breathing, you can learn about what your mental state is or what your body state is. When we're anxious, our breathing tends to be up here and quick. And when we're relaxed, our breathing slows down and is lower into our belly, and our whole body and our whole demeanor and our mind can relax and calm. So they're intricately connected.
I also had one person, there was a Tom Wilkins that we had some chair yoga with, I think. And in one of his classes, he made mention to us, if we covered our right nostril and breathed through just our left nostril, that was a relaxing, cooling down breath mode. And that's breathing in and out just through your left nostril. He said, if you ever got excited or mad at somebody, just put your finger up here and breathe through that side of your nose to bring you down and relax. And also breathing through just your right nostril would give you energy. Have you ever heard such a correlation before, or is that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So there are different techniques where you can hold your thumb and your index finger and breathe in through one nostril and breathe out through the other nostril. This is used a lot in different yoga practices as well. And it connects to different sides of your brain and your body to energize and to calm. Absolutely.
Well, I sort of took note of that, and I have done that a couple of times when I've gotten very anxious. I have breathed in and out through the left side.
Wonderful.
If I can venture a pharmacist opinion, and that was very relaxing, which told me something. Thank you. When you have physical pain, you tend to tense the muscles that are around where the pain is.
Absolutely.
And that just aggravates things. So being able to relax like this helps you to relax those muscles. So I think that would help with pain relief.
Absolutely. Thank you for adding that.
When you first started to meditate, about how much time did you spend daily, and did you expand the time over a period?
I did. You know, I've kind of come in and out of it in my life, but when I was very ill, I was kind of, I was really stuck in my bed. I was unable to walk or move, so I was kind of trapped. And so I meditated a lot during that point of my life, which was just a few years ago. But you know, now I don't want to, I kind of don't want to give you a number because I don't want you to feel like, I think everyone has to find what works for them. So starting small is always good with anything new in your life. I'm also a health coach, so I'm a habit expert. So I know that people shoot too high and then they get discouraged and give up. So starting small and consistent is the way that things become routine over time. So whatever that means to you, whether that's twice a week for 5 minutes or every day for 10 minutes, whatever it means to you, finding out what works in your life.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, Andrea, the one thing I think that really reinforces the importance of meditation, Duke, and I think UNC also has what they call a fast track program.
Mhm.
So if you have major surgery, I had major shoulder surgery. I'm sure other people have had various things in their lives, but part of my recovery routine was a nurse coming in and doing meditation for an hour with me.
Wow.
Another part of it was one of the therapy dogs, which I really enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
But this just reinforces,
Yeah.
you know, they're seeing something there. And I believe,
Absolutely.
again, both part of UNC and Duke, and it's called something like fast track recovery program, something like that, for people who are having surgeries.
Right, right. Fantastic. Yes, this is more and more accepted in medical venues, in hospitals and healthcare settings. Absolutely.
Gwen?
I wanted to ask, I usually start my day because I have dry eye, I have special heating pads that go on my eyes that I put on for a certain amount of time. I'm wondering if doing the breathing during then that counts as multitasking, and so it's not okay to do the two at the same time.
Oh, you should definitely do it at the
They
same
have to be
time.
separate.
No, you should. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Absolutely. Yeah, put them together.
I think. Does anyone have anything else? Any other questions? Well, Andrea, thank you so much. I don't know about anyone else, but I feel much more grounded and centered after you're talking. I've learned a lot. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for sharing your expertise on such an important topic. Again, you're all welcome to find the complimentary resources today's topic and our speaker's contact information. So I'll put that link again in the chat. I'll do that actually right now. And you can, let me put that link in the chat. So this will be additional resources that relate, and also Andrea's contact information. And I have to say that just a little plug for Andrea. Andrea does a meditation class here on Tuesday mornings at 8:15 at Jewish for Good. That is fantastic. So if you like this, there's more of where that came from. So I also just wanted to promote another program coming up that we're starting called Shmooze and Nosh. And we'll hope you'll join us for that in May. It's a new social program for older adults. The first one is on Wednesday, May 25th from 2 to 4 here at the JCC. Join us for snacks, casual conversation, and activities. And I'll be there. Jordana is the one who's going to be leading that. Details will be on the JCC website and through highlights. So we hope you'll join us for that. And next week sometime, this program, if you want to watch it again, will be up on the website, as well as I'll send the link for that. And I'll also send a link for a feedback form. So we would love you all to give us some feedback on what you thought about today and this conference in general. I thank you all for being flexible with the Zoom link situation. I apologize for that. And again, Andrea, thank you so much for your time, and thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. You have a great day. Thanks again.
Andrea, and
Oh,
thank
and
you,
we
Jen.
hope to see you tomorrow at the next program.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Do you want us to hang on, Jenny, or?
Oh, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's okay.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks, Andrea. It was great.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Georgia.
Thank you. That was wonderful. I think
Thanks
I
so
did
much.
fall asleep for a second too.
Just gonna get rid of this person too. Oops. Oh, oops, I'm gonna try to get rid of Barnett. That was fantastic. That was amazing.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
And then like I said, I hope it was okay. I plugged your class. I figured.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Of course.
So yes, I'm hoping that people will contact you, and hopefully that people will. I'll put in the evaluation form. I'll also put in the thing for your May 11th.
Coaching. Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
That was great, Andrea. Thank you so much for doing the time, and I'll send
It
you
was
that
fun.
gift card.
I
Thanks.
appreciate it. Okay. Thank
Yeah, have a
you.
good
Have a
day.
great day. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.